Butler unless Sharon, well, we can do it when she does zoning. Any correspondence? Any correspondence? Okay, I move we approve the meetings for the June 26th, June 30th, and July 14th regular meetings. Is there a second?
Linda Verhenny,
Aye.
Rich Van Pelt, Roy Gregg.
Aye.
So sorry, you guys are gonna have to talk loud for a second because
Yes.
those aren't on
Okay,
some reason.
okay.
Jeremy's gonna try to,
Good thing
Help me.
Jeremy's here today.
so sorry.
That's okay.
They're on, but it's not.
Talk about if I need to. I just wanted to make an announcement, which you will see on your agenda called Work Session Report. Last Thursday, we met here at 11 o'clock in the morning and we had a really long, lengthy work session. Work sessions they're not official meetings. You don't have to advertise them. You don't have to keep minutes. But for the sake of transparency, we wanted you guys to know we had this meeting and we sat down and we talked about a whole lot of stuff. Both of our department heads were here, Lexi was here, the secretary from the road department was here, so everybody could throw out all kinds of things that we just have to have time to discuss amongst ourselves so that we can make plans for the future. We talked about what do we want to do about the fire station and the condition of the building. We talked about little things like how are we going to fix the roundabout where somebody broke the curb on it? Well, the question is who owns it? And apparently nobody knows. So that's in the works. Thank you, Roy. And they'll let us know when they decide. We talked about possible vehicle purchases that would be coming up. We talked about building repairs that we need to take care of. Rich talked to us about the fact that the restoration people are coming, I believe you said in September. Yes. We had an update on some of our legal issues. Squared away what we're going to do about our credit card policy. And talk about a couple of other building maintenance things. I'm really anxious to get this floor waxed, and I'm having a really hard time finding somebody who can do it. So if you guys know anybody that likes to strip and wax floors, please let me know. Because the one bid I got was $5,400. What are you waxing it with, like gold dust? But, yeah. We talked about,
I have all the wireless ones.
oh, good. I looked online today for some janitorial services, and it's kind of hard. We also talked about finishing up some of the security camera issues that we have around here. We talked quite a bit about the Leroy School property and the fact that we have received a grant for that, and what we want to do with that and how we want that to work. One of the things that we are planning to do, I hope it's okay with you guys if I talk about the survey. The Planning Commission will conduct a survey for us. All we have to do is send them the questions. Similar to what was done when we did the survey for the comprehensive plan for the township. We have some things in mind, and we would really like to hear from the community about how they feel about those things. And so, very soon now, hopefully, we will be putting forth a very modest, brief survey, and it'll be announced with a link. It's probably going to be Survey Monkey, I think. Through our website, we'll push it to our Facebook and the general Facebook thing, so just let people know. We want to hear from the community about directions on different issues. So that will be coming. So that was what we did at the work session last Thursday. We are going to be having them quarterly, and thank you to Lexi for kind of pushing that initiative.
I just had a thought.
No, okay, no, not that.
Oh, okay.
The next item on the agenda is credit card authorization. Quite a bit of work has been done on this issue because we really want to tighten down our use of township credit cards to make sure that we are being very careful and mindful of the use of township money and who has access to the township's credit. So this evening we need to approve two things. One of them is essentially a form that anyone who has authorization to use a township credit card will be required to sign to make sure they understand the responsibilities that are associated with that. And then also a list of all township employees that will have access to a township credit card. So,
You guys have it under the administrative, there's a list of who has one currently, so that you can approve. And it also lists out who has what card, and it might be behind a couple of things, because there's a few in there. And then
there it is.
and then there is the agreement page as well,
Okay.
so.
So can we have a motion to approve both of these?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Linda Burnett,
Aye.
Rich Campbell,
Aye.
Roy Greg.
Aye.
And thanks to everybody who put in time and effort on this. We just want to make sure that we're being as responsible with the resources of our township as we can be. The next item is the contract with our IT provider. We put in quite a bit of effort with this also, because when we got here, I found that our current contract had expired like 4 years ago. So it seemed like a good idea to update that. So I met with Jay from Tech Dynamics. We talked about maybe getting some quotes from other providers, but we didn't really know how to find that. And we're already set up with this guy, and I don't think that we're unhappy with the service that we're getting. So it seemed reasonable to stay with the company that we have. One of the things that he did for us, which was very helpful to me, was he went through our cybersecurity policy with a fine-tooth comb. I am not a techie. I don't want to be a techie, but I am a policy nerd, and I wanted our policy to be up to date in terms of the new requirements under state law, and he's very conversant with them, plus industry standards. So those things were incorporated into the new policy, has been approved by the prosecutor. So I appreciated that he did that for us. And one of the things that we're going to be expanding, because it's state law, is some of the follow-up that is required under the law in terms of training and in terms of testing training, to make sure that our employees are as careful with our IT resources as they can be. Nobody wants to be phished or hacked. I know it happens. We're going to do everything we can to avoid that by meeting the requirements of the law, which are covered in the policy. And again, he helped me a lot with that, as well as with this contract. So that said, I would like to make a motion to approve the new contract with Tech Dynamics. It is a 3-year contract. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Linda Burnett,
Aye.
Rich Campbell,
Aye.
Roy Greg.
Aye.
So the
But
cyber,
I think the public ought to know how much.
it's going to be about $2,000 a month.
3 years is $2,150.28 a month.
Yes,
I just, so they know.
yes. But with that, we're also going to be, he will be doing some of those trainings that are required, which is an increase in his responsibilities over what he used to do in the past for us. And once again, by my understanding, we're satisfied with the service that we've gotten, so it seemed reasonable to stay with him. Obviously, if we become unhappy, there is a back-out clause in the contract. So, the cybersecurity policy. I found out about 2 weeks ago that this was supposed to have been approved by July 1st. So I fast-tracked it with the prosecutor to get this thing ready. I'm so sick of cybersecurity policy right now, I can't even have words, because I've gone over this so many times, compared it with so many versions, heard from so many people about what should be in it and what it should say, and look, I did the best I could. I feel okay with what we have. Prosecutor feels okay with what we have, so I would appreciate it if you guys would approve this. I move that we approve the cyber policy.
I'll
Yeah.
second.
Okay, I read it over, it seems like.
Yeah, you're the guy.
I do need to point out, especially to you, Chief, and to you, and to Rick, that there is an acknowledgement form. We're going to ask every employee to read the policy and sign the form, and that will go into their personnel file that they read the policy, so that we have made our best good faith effort to make sure every employee understands what the new requirements are gonna be and how we plan to carry those out. So, that probably includes us, so we should probably do that.
Linda Burgundy,
Aye.
Rich Van Pelt,
Aye.
Roy Gray.
Aye.
And please make sure you give me a copy of the contract so I can sign it.
Yes, I have that.
It's only one that needs to sign, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll put it on the sign pile.
I actually don't have the sign.
Okay, I do on the copy I
It's
have.
you, yeah. I just have the other.
Yes, I have the signature page. Okay. Fiscal office report. Yes.
Once that policy's been signed, how does it have to be updated by the personnel? Do they have to, once it's been signed, it just goes in their file and they're good? Does it have to be updated?
You know, the law requires us to review the policy annually, which should be in our annual,
Right.
at the first of the year.
So it'll be a yearly thing? They have to
I
sign
don't
off
think
on
that
it?
it's necessary unless the policy changes. If the law changes or things progress in the world that require updating of the policy, I think at that time we would ask everyone to read and sign again, but otherwise, signing it now should be fine.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I would think it would follow our policy handbook, and they only have to re-sign it if there's changes. So
There is a handbook coming,
I would think that it would follow the same guideline.
but because we just approved that, that will become part of our policy manual, and it will be Article 16. So I have to fix the formatting once the whole thing gets done, but we're not there yet.
To pay bills, please. If you'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay all bills.
Second.
Linda Burgundy,
Aye.
Rich Van Pelt,
Aye.
Roy Gray.
Aye.
Our year-to-date interest, I don't know what I did with my paper. Can I see your guys' paper that I just gave you? Diana Jones?
This one?
Our year-to-date interest so far this year, at the end of July, was $52,244.79. We have also received the second half advance. So we did receive that $85,000 deposit last week. I think it was on Friday from the county. There's really nothing else big on that. ADP did reach out to me.
Could you say who ADP is?
Sure, I don't know what they stand for.
Automatic processing.
There you go. I just know that they're payroll people. So they did reach out to me. They wanted to know if they could come and have a meeting to see if we would be interested in any of their services. And I said, sure. I let them come and do their thing. It just really does not fit for us. We, on payroll days, it varies, but we have no more than 25 at a time that we're doing. And we have a great system that we can handle it. ADP charges per, if it's a bi-weekly person, a monthly person, an annual, and we honestly have all of those. And so putting all of it together, they were going to be charging us about $7,000 a year just to process the payroll. So I said, thanks for coming out and telling me what you guys do, but no thank you. So, yeah, that's about all that's happened.
I would like to say that Lexi has been operating without an assistant for several weeks now, and she's doing a great job. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I am looking for the signature page. I'll find it there. Okay, the fire report.
The month of July, we had 61 calls, 431 to date. We had 11 fire calls, 37 EMS, 4 hazardous conditions, 3 service, 2 good intent, 2 false alarms, and 2 special incidents. We talked about this in the work session. We have our radios that need to be purchased. Our radios are at the end of their life. It's going to be $145,000, $145,113.63. This is an increase of probably $14,000 from last year, like November, December time. This is the promotional pricing. If we weren't to do it now, it goes up to $157,000 after the bill in September. So what I want to do is, Motorola has a decent leasing agreement. Unfortunately, it's 6.63%, but it's a 5-year term. I want to put $50,000 down out of EMS. We don't have to make any payment until after the first year, other than what I want to put down, and our payment will be for the next 5 years, $23,000, $23,095.11. No early term, so we can pay this off soon, 5 years.
That's annual 23.
So this will give us 20 radios, batteries, chargers, all the accessories we need to replace everything that we have. And this gets us half of what we need done, because the next thing is once we get the final part on our mobile radios, those will have to be replaced. But we've done everything we can as far as the county to extend the life of our radios.
How long do we think it'll be before they do this to us again?
About 10 years, 15 years old, I think. It's hard to keep up on. I had to actually go back and look at the data, but they're about 10 to 15 years old. That's the last time. It's what Motorola does. And it's really probably any radio system that is ingrained in the community does. Is they base things out to brand new, just like we got to replace the backbone and do updates and stuff like that all the time. The other thing with going with Motorola, there are a couple other radio companies out there. Harris is one of them. Kansas City tried them, they did not like them. But the county standard is Motorola. And my belief is, no matter what department it is, that has part-time, we have guys that fall in and out, and we should all be using the same radios. We got someone that only works here once or twice a month, but they work full-time for someone else in the county. They're coming in and using the same equipment that everyone else uses. So, and Motorola has a pretty track.
And what are we going to do with the radios we have now?
We can see if there's a market for them, if there's going to be a market for them or not. I think we were able to get rid of some of the last ones we had, so we put them in go deal and see if someone will buy them. Depends on if they can use another system. And maybe Southern Ohio can use them, or Mexico. Our stuff does go down there. There's a whole fire truck in the city of Hunter to Mexico. But, we'll see if we can make something off them. But there's no guarantee that anyone's going to buy them. So we still have some stuff left over from the last time. We kept rid of since then. But, we're on. So looking to get this approved, and I'll give Leslie all the forms so we can start moving along with getting financing going. And,
Oh, yeah, spend that much.
we'll get them ordered. I don't know what the plan is. I'm guessing it's probably about 2 to 3 months that we can get them in here. And then once they get here, we have to have Lee County Telecom program for us. And we're waiting for that whole thing on.
You want to do that?
Oh, okay, I'll make a motion that,
You do that? If you want to do that, actually. That's the lease agreement.
I can read that?
Just the number. You got the number what it's going to cost.
Let's make it a little smaller, way.
It's on your report too, so $145,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Make sure your motion says the price and lease agreement, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we enter a lease agreement and purchase Motorola radios for $145,113.63 to replace our current radios and accessories. It'll be a 5-year lease and put $50,000 down from our EMS budget.
Second. Sadly.
Yeah.
Linda Burnett.
Aye.
Rich Mansell.
Aye.
Roy Gregg.
Aye.
So, we need to renew our service contract, maintenance program with Stryker. So we monitors, for this are part of the service contract, the service our monitors and our Lucas devices. We're down to one Lucas device, and the other one has failed, and we can't fix it, so we can do it, if your guys can fix it. But, this will cover, so it's a comprehensive plan, so it covers our maintenance, it also covers if they break, we can also repair them. It's basically an insurance program. And they, we're able to get them to create us a program in the city of Monroe where they replace batteries. So battery for the heart monitor is roughly $587. The Lucas device is right around there too. So usually we review batteries a year. This is gonna cost us $6,270, so we can renew our agreement with them. For
What
old
do you-
business,
Wait a second, what agreement are you talking about?
this is our service contract for maintenance for our monitors.
Okay, is that something that we have to approve?
We've always just created it. It comes through, we renew it, and they invoice us through Stryker, so we've never had to go to them before.
Okay, that seems weird.
Yeah, it's just part of our maintenance. I mean, it's not vehicle maintenance, it's part of our maintenance. It has to be done every year, so it's just.
Okay.
You guys want to approve it? You want to look?
Probably should, but
I would like to read it first.
What's a Lucas device?
CPR.
Oh, okay.
And it's right here.
It's robotic CPR.
I need to get them
It's
approved.
really cool.
I need to get them scheduled because we're on past our maintenance.
So you're saying it has to happen tonight?
Yes.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, like that, they come out, they're full monitors, they go through, clean them, calibrate them, make sure everything's good on them, and then same thing with the Lucas
How often do they do that, Mike?
Once a week.
is there anyone else that does that same service?
We used to
Do you
use
guys want to see this?
Adelsys.
There's a lot in there.
They can't,
I
so
would
the
like to
thing
see
is,
that in
it's just like,
advance.
just like Motorola, there's only certain things that a Stryker can do.
So you just care about that.
So, but yeah, he finally got his back to me, but I'm waiting for these.
Is that a year contract?
The two ladders that were out of service for the tanker, they're taken out of service during ladder testing. I've repaired a few parts, and that's back in service, and then back on the tanker, and it's a substantial savings improvement. It's between $3 and $5 grand to replace those ladders, and we replace them, we repair them for $300. So I just got, hopefully they'll come back out and test them, they're still in there testing.
Good job.
And we had our SBA pressure fit, again, finding. Chasing them down for years. So,
Good, you knock them down.
right, they gotta come back and fix it again, so. Hopefully in another 2 years, we'll get those. It's working, but it's not working like shit.
So that's a service contract. I think we probably should approve it. And then next year, could I see it more in advance? than
Yeah, I
this
just got
time?
it back from him
Yeah,
the other day,
it's,
so.
that's a lot of tiny print that I wish I would have had a chance to read. So I will make the motion to approve that service contract.
Second.
Linda Verhunny,
Aye.
Rich Mantel,
Aye.
Roy Gray.
Aye.
Pass that back.
Go. Anything else?
That's it.
I thought you might want to talk about your wrist.
Now for 12 months. 11 now.
Who's counting?
Just keep saying I'm old.
Just wait till you're really old.
Right? Yeah, my dad's 63, 64 years old.
It's an age, but.
Road report?
Right.
They came, Roniak came in Thursday or Friday last week and covered up our repairs on Proctor. The guys have been working down on Shirley Drive, got the patching done, they're gonna do ditching. We have to move to Lester Drive and ditch there because when they paved last year, they didn't ditch before they paved, so now we have to ditch. And then we'll probably move to Summer. It's going good. Rick and Al went out to Thompson, Road Department, Friday, Rick?
Yes.
And they just got a new truck, a Western Star, with a plow truck, a single axle, which is what we need to replace. And it is an old school plow system. Everything works on levers and rods and cables. You don't have the,
No hydraulics?
yeah, there's hydraulics for the dump,
Okay.
but it's not all the electronic stuff that is currently in there. So if something quits working, now you have to start chasing wires and solenoids and everything else. And the guy's coming out Thursday at 2 o'clock. And Western Star is Valley, down in the valley under the high-level bridge, 480
Valley View?
bridge. Yep, and then the dump and the plow system is from the old lake truck in Painesville, where Henderson, which I just had to go to Findlay Friday, I went through Bucyrus. It is about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive from here. So if we have to take our truck, we have to send 2 guys, okay, somebody to take the truck and somebody to bring them back, unless we make them sleep in the truck until it's repaired, but that doesn't work out. So, I mean, we basically shoot 2 guys for a day, going down to Bucyrus to get that done. So we're gonna look at it, get some numbers, and go from there,
Okay,
so.
gotta be done. Is it still gonna be like a couple of years before we get the truck?
That's, Rick, do you wanna speak on that? Henderson couldn't get a plow system and dump until September. If we got the truck now, they were September of '28, correct?
They were September of '27 as of March, and I haven't talked to them since then.
And the other one, we
I haven't
don't,
talked to them yet.
okay, we don't know how far behind they are for Painesville. Right?
No,
Okay.
Corey?
Just in my experience, Western Stars are great trucks. They're really nice trucks. They do sometimes get electrical gremlins, but if you're using a system that's got cables and rods and not computers, maybe all right, but it's my 2 cents on it. It's a good purchase.
Does Geauga County use them?
We have a few of them. We mainly use Freightliners, which Western Star and Freightliner are owned by the same people. Western Star is just a higher level versus the Freightliner, but they are nice trucks. I recommend them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's good to see you, man. You talked to one, again,
He doesn't return my call, but I will check.
I'm pretty sure they have a few.
I think that's all on the roads. We got lots to do, and we just keep plugging away.
It sounds like you're doing really well. Thank you guys so much.
What's going on with the section in front of Bill's house? It's still closed.
No, we were, so,
Because it doesn't look like it's filled all the way to the edge either.
so when Roniak came, Rick met with the head estimator and said, you're doing the main section, leave this hole in front of Milt's house alone, we're gonna take care of it. And that was at 2 o'clock, 1:30, about that. And I went through there at 4 o'clock and I go, oh, everything's done. And I called Rick and said, hey, everything's done. He goes, well, not the hole in front of Milt's house. I go, yeah, that's done too. He goes, they weren't supposed to do that. Because they had not, there's a couple potholes there. They had not prepped that because we were gonna take care of that with asphalt. Being Milt has that truck, tire truck that turns around there.
Yeah.
And so they went, evidently, the head estimator and the guy on the truck didn't communicate. So,
Like I said, I know this is not all the way.
Right. Yeah, and so when I talked to the head estimator, that afternoon or Monday morning, or the next morning, and, you know, said, we weren't really ready for that. And he goes, yeah, that's what the guy said, there was still quite a bit of gravel and stuff there. I go, how's it gonna hold up? He goes, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. And I go, great. Right, he goes, why don't you leave it closed for a little bit and let it all settle and tack in? So that's why. Yeah, that's why it's closed. where we're at. And Jennings Drive, they should be coming, Jaga Highway should be coming soon. They did Cascade and some in Concord, and they're kind of working this way. So Jennings should be coming up shortly.
Great, thank you. Cemeteries?
Again, like I mentioned earlier, the cemetery restoration people will be in first part of September. We're gonna work on Brakeman, try and finish that all up this year, and then get over to Williams. Northeast, I think, is good enough the way it is. I'm gonna check, maybe there's one or two, but we'll get that done. I know that there was several, I was hoping that there was a report here that there were sales and requests for footers, but I don't have the exact number or anything right now. Rick, do you know how many, offhand, how many footers have been requested?
As far as I know, everyone that's been requested, we are caught up on.
No, okay.
We have one cremation to do that's scheduled for September 4th at Northeast, and that's all I know.
Okay, thank you.
I know she sold 4, plots the other day. It was either 4 or 5, but I'm 99% sure it's 4.
Okay, now, I'm a little confused about the town hall repairs update. What were you looking for from that?
Thought you
Is
guys
that like
said
the
that you
railings
wanted
and the
on there,
door and-
the railing, the door that was talked about at the work session. It could have been a mistake.
No, I sent Josh a text on my way here, he just texted me. So we have a quote from Rational Concrete, who did the thing over here. We had to tear out Milt's driveway on Proctor and lower the culvert about 9 inches, and so that was a concrete driveway. To replace that is $3,500, and he will then make 2 pads, transition pads, John will, this is John Rational, for either side of the town hall, okay? And we would have to then base it, put some gravel down and just set them in there. He said he'll throw those in, he'll just form them at home and pour them and.
So that will take care of the need for the ramp?
Correct.
Okay. And then going up to the steps on the other side, there would be a
There would
pad at the
be, yeah,
base of
because
that?
there's kind of a mud hole there too.
Okay,
And I just got that like 5 minutes before the meeting.
well played. Okay, and then the rail, did you hear back from the handrail guy?
Once the concrete's done, then Josh.
Then he can take the
Yeah,
measurements.
then he can get all that done.
And then after that, the door?
Then after that, the door and the button and
Yes,
one step. It has to go in progression.
yes. Either tomorrow or the next day, the mason is coming to do tuck pointing on the concession stand, the fire department, and then the foundation of the town hall. So, and I guess Lexi has arranged to make sure that they have power for the grinder at the town hall, so thank you for that. All right, zoning.
Zoning, we had a permit at 7803 Lester for a 240 square foot pavilion, and we had a pool put in at 13515 Shirley Drive. We don't have any current BZA cases. The Northeast Ohio Planning and Zoning Workshop is August 28th at the Lodge in Geneva on the Lake, and I will be attending that, so I have some permits that I've been talking to some residents regarding new structures, new houses, some garages, so I have some more things coming down the pipe as they got stuff together.
I know we had talked to, I want to say the state, about the fence on Route 86 that comes too close to the road, and,
I haven't heard back from them. It is their fence, it's in their right of way,
yeah,
that's their thing.
hope their snowplows don't take it out.
No.
You know, it might. All right. Sharon, would you like to talk to us about the appointment of the alternate?
Sharon Miller, Zoning Commission. We have an open position for an alternate at the Zoning Commission. Our current alternate, Sarah Mullins, moved up for full membership after Frank Dragilich resigned a month or so ago. So we do have a new candidate I'd like to recommend tonight in the Zoning Commission, Rich Hinsdale. He did serve from 2022 to 2024. He was vice chair at that time, and obviously everybody's obligations get a little heavy, so Rich stepped out for a while, but he'd like to join us again, and we'd like him to be able to do that. But I'll leave it to you if you'd like to talk to Rich.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Okay.
We appreciate your willingness to serve. Do you guys have anything for Rich?
No, thanks for re-upping.
Yeah.
And that's pronounced Hinsdale?
Nisdell. The H is silent, no.
Oh, Nisdell.
Nisdell.
Gotcha. I move that we appoint Rich Nisdell to the alternate member of the zoning commission.
Second.
With a term that ends
Oh, yeah.
12/31/30.
Yeah, it wasn't here. 12/31/30?
Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Linda Burney,
Aye.
Rich Van Poe,
Aye.
Roy Green.
Aye.
Once again, thank you. Look forward to working with you. We talked about the roundabout repairs, unless you want to give any more detail.
No, I talked to the county talked to the state, and somewhere in the process of that roundabout and all that reconstruction, somebody is supposed to transfer property from one entity to the other, and so they're not sure who owns, if it's the counties or the states or whose it is, so now they're battling that out.
Okay, thank you. As you know, last month we had received 2 quotes for replacing the roof on this building and potentially also the part of the fire station that is underneath that middle portion. We got 2 quotes. The issue is, which quote do we accept, and do we want one roof or 2, and do we want shingle or steel? So I think personally I would like to do 2, and I would like to do shingle. That's because then it won't take every nickel I have in the facilities
Right.
budget.
It'd be nice to go with the steel roof, but this is only August. We're only halfway through the year, and that's gonna put you at 0.
Yes.
And that's a little concerning.
So we have a bid from a local small contractor here in Leroy who has given us a quote of $10,700 to do this roof with shingles, or $19,500 to do both this roof and the center roof. I'm good to do both. I think it would be wise too, because those roofs come together in the gullies there.
What's the metal? 30?
The metal was 32.4.
We were gonna have to scramble to get that.
Yes, we were gonna have to go into carryover.
Right, you're at 25, we'd have to.
Just about. By the time the tuck pointing is done, there'll be 25 left.
What are your thoughts, Rich?
I like steel, but
I do too, but I just,
Mike, part of this is, how's the roof over there, the rest
Well, it's
of
all the same age, not older, but I'm pretty sure when we built it, we replaced everything, it all matches, so. Assuming that would be replaced, I can't remember 20 years ago, so. Do you remember that?
I don't, sorry.
So, like I said, if it wasn't replaced, then it's old, so that roof does need to be replaced too.
But that is not part of this
No,
because we
we did another
didn't
quote, so-
spec that.
Yeah, we just get our quotes to him for the fire department.
do it as a separate quote.
Yeah, probably since he said he's a small contractor, but he'll do this and then. move on
See
to
who
that.
comes out for the other one. He may
Yeah.
not be able to have the capacity to do even
Or
more.
just, let him do it in sections, do these 2, and then we can have him do that one later, before people are there, but we can get a quote from him. I mean, I personally steel too, that's why we put the steel roof on the hotel when we had the hotel roof built, because that was a flat roof. That was foam and covered in some sort of rubberized paint and really leaks, so. It was, most likely the last time.
The Yeah, the steel's about a 40-year, was he using, what was he using,
He's
25
saying-
or 30-year shingles?
I thought he said 40 on that, I don't know how that would be.
It doesn't say. I don't know what we put in the spec either, because I don't have that in front of me. I thought we asked for 30 year.
I think it was to a certainty. Give both bids.
It's only one page for that, that's the other bid.
I was thinking it was 30-year, but we're just strapping ourselves to do that, I think.
I thought they were supposed to give us a spec of what their material.
They were both using certainty. I
This one
remember
just says at least 25 years. That must have been what was in the spec. All right, I would like to make a motion to accept the quote from Norris Exterior and Remodeling for doing both this building and the central portion with shingles at a cost of $19,500.
Can I ask a question about that?
Sure?
Do you know how much of that is labor and how much of that is materials?
No, there's not a breakdown.
That'd be interesting to know. If they break it down.
It's not broken down in either quote. We didn't ask for that, so. Anyway, this is supposed to be, estimate the work to begin in September and 2 to 3 weeks to complete. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Linda Burnett,
Aye.
Roy Van Pelt,
Right.
or
Right, Ben,
Greg Van Pelt. Thank you. Roy Gregg, oh my gosh, Roy Gregg.
Aye.
So sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We've already sprung 2 more leaks just in the last couple of weeks. We got to get this done, so. Under new business, we have material that was prepared by the prosecutor for us if we decide we want to proceed with selling the property that the township owns on Trask and Ford Roads. We have the resolution, and that basically becomes the bid packet, essentially. They drafted a quick claim deed if we sell it, the notice of sale. We got all the instructions from them. The question is, do we want to do it or do we not want to do it? We put in there that we would not accept anything less than a $25,000 sale price. The property's a little less than 2 acres, and it completely surrounds our cemetery, so it comes and goes like this. So it's a kind of an oddball property. The issue for me was, how do you advertise a thing like that? And according to Dave Radacci from the Planning Commission, even if you're not a realtor, you can still put something on Realtor.com, you can put something on Zillow, so we could theoretically do that if we decide that we want to go forward or not. I've developed kind of mixed feelings about that.
Me too. We hold off on that.
Okay. That would change because there's dates in here.
Oh, the dates.
Yes, I sent this to you, Ro.
I know, I didn't notice the dates though.
Yeah, there are dates in there, easy to change if we decide to do something.
What are you gonna do with it?
Just hang on to it.
I know it was given to the fire station for Station 2, but, I mean, we're not there, and it's not big enough.
No, it's not big enough.
There's no way you could put a station there. Whether we expand the cemetery or...
You could, it's not used that often.
Is there an issue with parking over there?
There's a definite issue with parking.
Okay,
We don't have that many funerals there, actually, so I don't haven't got along with it this long, but I've always wanted to put a parking area on that side. But that still leaves extra room over there that we would never use probably. Because the east part of that property is where, you know, attached, the cemetery is the oldest part of it. So you wouldn't really want to use the eastern part for new, it would make sense. You could use the southern part, but,
Okay.
so it's kind of, I don't know, I get mixed feelings on it.
Have we ever talked to the engineer about obtaining asphalt grindings for some of our parking areas? Would they do that?
We'll try and get some,
Okay, why are you saying it like that?
because they were grinding Ford Road, and they wanted us to store some for them, and they only got about 5 loads, and then all of a sudden, all those loads were going to other places.
What?
So,
They're really hard to get a hold of.
yeah.
Okay,
Everybody wants them.
It used to be they couldn't give them away, and now they charge quite a bit for them.
oh, okay.
I bought asphalt grindings for them for $150 for 20-ton load a couple weeks ago.
From who?
From John, Ohio.
Oh, so you were one of the ones
I
with the
was
trucks.
one of the ones.
Well, we just thought a bad word at you.
I stopped and I simply asked the foreman if they were selling them off the road, and they said they were, because it's a quicker haul than going back to where they were normally going, so.
You could have them dump them at Leroy School. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I don't believe they're grinding the road anymore, it looks like they're paving it now, so they might be charging full price again, but just a thought.
Okay, for the record, I have, my driveway's asphalt grindings and I despise my driveway, but that's just me. Go ahead.
Isn't there a big pile of asphalt grindings on a latest property, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you have to buy them.
It's what?
They sell them off the, someone sell them.
Yeah, you have to buy them. You have to catch the guys when they're grinding around. That's how you get it. And that can be hard to do.
Rick?
Going back to the selling off of that property, saying that it's only 2 acres, it's not a building lot, what is the thought process for like, who would be interested in buying it? What could be done with it?
It is legal because it was subdivided before the standard change. So it's a legal non-conforming lot. A person could build on it. It's just odd. And a lot of people are weird about cemeteries too. So for the amount of money we're gonna get and the amount of hassle we have to go through to get it, I'm kind of feeling like I'm okay with putting this on hold unless you feel strongly about it. I'll have to send Nina some flowers and say thank you for nothing, that we did nothing. I'm okay with putting this on hold. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Items for further discussion is the town hall discussion for the school property grant. I think I would like to wait until after we put forth the survey and get what the results are before we move ahead. Because if it turns out people just don't want us to do anything with it, then we just won't take the money and it becomes a moot point. So,
I'd like to know the detail. I mean, if we can use it for parking to get to the trail. maybe-
we asked for it for the trail. So using it for parking would possibly change the scope. We also have learned that the Ohio Horsemen's Council would actually make the trail for us if it were set up so that horses could also use it. So that is a question to be discussed as well.
Seems awfully short for that, but.
I was thinking about that since our meeting the other day. I mean, that trail's only a quarter mile long, maybe.
That's how desperate they are to have places to ride.
Line through maybe a half a mile. And I just think, you know, the horses, you're gonna have horses there, you're gonna have horse trailers, you're gonna have people riding around, and people trying to walk.
Nowhere near large enough.
Yeah, it's not a wide trail. I mean, it's maybe
It's not a trail.
Yeah, maybe two, when we put it in, it was maybe 2 tables wide. I mean, it was only
2 tables, what do you mean 2 tables?
put these 2 tables together, like, you know, side by
Wider
side.
than a lot of the other trails, like the trail that goes not even as wide as one of those, to be very honest.
Okay.
And it's a short ride as well, and not very big parking on either side. And a lot of people ride that one. I mean, I've been on it a few times, but I have a lot of people that I know that ride it all the time.
Is there a lot of problems with people walking and riding at the same time, things like that? There was a concern expressed that they might ride their horses out into our empty field and tear it all up, and I can't say they would, I can't say they wouldn't. It's,
You can also post it, put a sign up and say, please don't ride on it,
You would think that they wouldn't ride through the cemetery either, but they do.
Well, that's the building that's right next to it, that
the one,
that's a whole other story.
I know that you walked back there when you were looking for places for turkey hunting, and you observed that there was wet areas. How much is that going to impact trying to recreate the trail?
I don't know, we would have to, what do they call that, forested wetlands. And you can do some stuff on it, but you're limited. Being that it was already there, that's gonna help. Being that four-wheelers have ridden down there and rutted it up and stopped drainage in certain places, that's gonna hurt. Because where water was moving, it is now hitting these ruts that are that deep from the four-wheelers. And
But it's not official wetland.
it's not an official
There's a
wetland.
bunch of hoops you have to jump through for that we don't want to do
Right.
anyway, so. It's just wet ground.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's wet ground, but there's standing water. Yes?
Yes, I have two comments from our work on the last comprehensive plan that we approved last year. One, I'm glad you're having a town hall discussion, but there was a very detailed question in the survey we did for that about what people wanted in the community done with this whole property. Not saying it's still valid, but if there were some suggestions there about that people actually had votes on and they could select what they wanted done. So that's just a data point. The second thing is during the comprehensive plan discussion, there was a lot of discussion about what to do with the parks that we currently have in Leroy. And there's a map in there that kind of shows how you could connect all of them for a horse trail or a walking trail. We just needed to have the trustees' support to ask the metro parks to look at it and put it in their planning. So if you look at that map, I can provide it to you, Linda, if you don't have it, but it really shows how it could connect. I'm not sure I remember the lady's name correctly. It was a member of our community, I think it was a Mrs. Todd, maybe, that recommended, that was interested in a horse trail.
Related to you?
My wife.
Am I right? Okay, so I remember correctly that there was some discussion about that, and we actually noted it in the plan. So just two comments for consideration, but Metro Parks would consider it. I mean, they've got a lot of things on their plate, but they also have a lot of money.
Trying to think of how that would work.
Can you take some of your land?
Oh, yeah.
So, and I just
It was by
sat,
eminent domain.
and Saturday, I just met the director of operations for Lake Metro Parks.
How'd that go?
Good, it was it's a young man, I know his dad, got introduced, and he goes, oh yeah, he goes, I'm in charge of all the operational things of upkeep and building and everything like that. I said, oh, nice to meet you, Tom.
Okay, so we're gonna take him to lunch, right?
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
You can't take him to lunch?
No, that's, anybody in business, you're not allowed to take people to lunch and buy them lunch or take them to ball games and.
Well, he can pay for his own lunch, it's okay. I never let anybody buy lunch for me, but I would at least eat with them.
Okay, well, he
Right?
just lives down.
You remember, Susan, I never let anybody buy lunch for me.
Yes, Rick.
If we go forward with the trail there at the school, is Riverside still gonna park buses there during the school year?
Have they been?
It always has been in that
I don't
line
think
to
I've ever seen
the
buses there.
west.
They haven't for the past couple of
Not
years.
since we took it over.
Not for the past couple of
Yeah, I was
years.
gonna say, I remember
They
any
used
there
to.
last
They
year.
used to, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to, but I don't remember any there last year.
Okay.
And just a point of reference, most horse people, if they know that you're not supposed to be on a certain area for a trail or whatever, they don't really want to mess it up so that they don't have a place. so they're usually pretty good. Like at Observatory Park, they have that big flat area, it's a big field, and if you say don't ride over there, they don't tend to do it, so they don't want to lose their places because they are few and far between.
I mean, I'm really open to this, especially because they're willing to do the work. Plus, they put me onto some other trail organization that has some kind of an association with the, what's it called, where all the trees are, Holden Arboretum. Some kind of a,
That's a big one, that you buy your thing, put a thing on your saddle, and it's like a tag, and you know that you can make it for the year in order to do.
oh, so you can ride over there?
And so you can,
Yeah, there's
you can ride over there.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go back, and I have the results of that survey. I can find it in all my emails, and I'll go through there again and see. But we have like some really specific questions, like where do we go? Because if we accept this grant, we are committing to keeping it as a park for 15 years. Do we want to make that commitment, or do we not? I would like to hear from the community about that before we, take that step. I'm happy to do the work and administer this thing if that's what people want, but if they don't, it's a lot of work, and I'd rather not have to do it. And the clock is ticking a little bit because the beginning of the process is a series of forms that we have to fill out and send in that tell, here's what we want to do and here's how we want to do it. So, anyway, we'll be asking soon, hopefully. But I will review that, so thank you for that, Sharon. Anything else on the school property grant? Anything else from the audience? Questions, concerns? Go ahead.
May I suggest that the electronic sign, you don't bother putting the time and date in there? Just leave the information that we need up longer?
I don't understand what you mean.
She's saying that
The sign
it doesn't stay on, or the information doesn't stay on long enough for you to really read it.
Oh, out on the
It flips
signs.
to-
Yeah, the one on Brewman, I'm talking about.
There's one tile that's,
Depending on where you hit it when you're driving.
You can't read it,
You
it's
can't
it's
read
gone
it.
too fast.
And
Do we have control over that?
if you remove the time and date, it would be up there longer.
Okay, yes, we can fix that. Thank you.
We timed it out where, when you see it, you should be able to see both messages.
Okay,
And that's why, I think it's 6 seconds.
okay.
It goes,
That's why it's that, so that you can be traveling towards it, it seems 2 messages.
Most of the time I drive by, if the date and time is on there, that's all I see.
Yeah, that's why.
Date and time.
so it's been brought up before, but the date and time's kind of a wasted frame to even provide.
Right, and that's just typical of what else you see, yeah, something, well, we consider welcome to Leroy, that kind of stuff.
Are we gonna say, welcome to Leroy, get the hell out?
That's
That's what people used to say. That was a joke. I was just kidding.
I can put signs.
The 6 seconds depends on, I believe, the time is based on, if you drive a normal speed through there, it's 2 messages.
Do you drive at the normal speed
When
through
you
there?
see it, from when you see the sign and I know it seems like it's random, but we actually take some time in figuring out how long we have.
Maybe we could add just a couple seconds to things that are substantive. Okay,
can each slide have a different amount? Or is it?
I think it can.
let's fiddle with it, see if we can do better. And let us know what you think.
She was talking about the town of having 90 hectares.
Stevie, do you have something?
Yeah, I think that it'd be a good idea, if the trustees would put out and maybe try and organize, and I'd be happy to be involved, some sort of Leroy volunteer group. Each one of these projects, to me, are things that maybe we've got, 8 former roofers in Leroy. That's why I asked about the difference between the materials and the labor. Maybe we have 8 roofers in the township, we can save 50% of that money and have a volunteer. You don't know until you find out. And like the OHC is great about developing and maintaining horse trails, but there's a lot of horse people in the area. I mean, that's why, we talked about making that a horse trail. Maybe they want to help maintain it, help it,
Well, that's how I learned about this, was
Yeah.
from a Leroy person who would help.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, you know, maybe it's a good idea to try and put together some sort of Leroy volunteer group and let it be known what projects we have. And if we don't have anybody, then maybe we have to have somebody else do it. But, I mean, I'd be happy to volunteer as much time as I can on whatever, any project that's been mentioned. And I think there might be other people in the township that are retired or just, you know, want to be involved and help improve the community. I've heard that this building was built by the Leroy Township
It
residents.
was done with volunteer labor.
Yeah, I mean, if we can build a building, what
Except
can't
the
we-
roof, that
what
was
can't
done by
we
a
do
roofer.
if we come together as a community and say, who wants to pitch in?
And the reason for that is that if you have federal or state grant money, you have to pay contractors prevailing wage. And prevailing wage is really, really expensive. That's why the walkway out there cost $200,000,
Yeah.
because we had to pay. And we're still futzing around with that because it got seal coated and they screwed up the prevailing wage and they still owe these guys like $26 a piece or something.
$27.86.
It is so frustrating, and the seal coat guy is like, look, I'm done, leave me alone. Well, I want my $3,000, give me the documentation that you pay these guys right. It's a pain in the neck to administer. So I'm a big, I mean, the first thing I did when I learned we received this grant was I found out who the person at the state was, and I sent her an email saying, are we allowed to use volunteer labor? And she said, there's no prohibition. And so that was my view, my vision for this particular grant from the start, was all of it would be going to materials and the rest could be done with, theoretically, with volunteer labor.
And I think those kind of things bring the community together too. So, this is my suggestion.
My concern would be insurance.
Our insurance covers volunteers. It does.
It does?
Mhm.
So if somebody, a volunteer was roofing and fell off the roof, it would be covered?
Yes, except that I would probably not do a roof with volunteers. I would probably do a roof with a roofer.
Okay.
Just saying. That would just, that's just me, but, good thought. Maybe we can add a question to the survey about that, how many people would want to step up and help. I mean, we have enough trouble doing,
I see you have everything.
I have it there.
I say you have.
And I'm sure it depends on the project too.
Yes.
You know,
Like, we don't have enough people to do the softball program, and the ones that we have are done this year, so I don't know if there's gonna be softball next year. A lot of people, there used to be more civic engagement than back in the day than there is today. I think young families are just stretched to the limit and just don't have time. We'll ask, 100% we'll ask, but,
A lot of people say they will, but don't. If anybody's moved and asked people to help them move, a lot of people say they'll show up on the day you move, but then how many really show up?
yes. I'm gonna make Glenn do it.
And Steve, to that point, we hired a guy to change the bleachers, the boards on the bleachers. Well, treated lumber, you have to let it sit for a while, okay, before you can seal it. And so I think his quote's like $1,800 to come back and stain, you know, put a stain on. But it's not a hard job. That's something where you could use volunteers and save money, but somebody needs to do it. So do you pay somebody? Do you get volunteers? Or, you know, do you get the softball kids to come and have a day? I don't know, but there are things like that. But to your point, when we did the field house, there was 50 guys. Oh, I'll help. And 9 of us did it for 3 years, so
yeah.
been there, done that.
And you have a jewel in your crown because you did.
And I almost lost work.
She has a jewel in her crown for not
She does
divorcing you. Anything else from the audience? Yes,
What is the status on the assistant fiscal officer position?
I think there's an interview this week.
There will be, yes, on Friday at 10.
Okay, because I applied and I sent you an email and I never heard from you.
I emailed you back.
Look in
and
your
I-
spam, because
Yeah,
that's where the
okay.
other one was too.
Yeah, that's actually where hers went as well. I did email you back and I had told you that the application deadline was last Friday. And then,
I think the issue is that you work full-time and this is a job where you have to be available during the day.
Well, and I said in the email, I would work with my current employer, or there may be certain things going on with my career, that may be changing. So that's why I wanted to at least come in and interview and talk and see what it was about, but that's okay.
Okay, well, it has closed. I did email you back, though. I'm sorry that you didn't see it. I can pull it up and let you know when I emailed you back. But we have somebody coming in to interview on Friday.
It is probably only about a 10-hour-a-week job,
Yeah.
so. Thank you. Anybody else? Our next meeting is September 8th. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Aye.
I don't think so. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Linda Browning. Rich Campbell.
Aye.
Roy Gray.
Aye.
I'm going to give you a signed copy of this contract. I'm going to Jade.
I think that's a good idea.